Well, in polite company, I say, you know, I, 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 I think of it as a math problem, right? If Black lives are a subset of all lives, then what's your problem with Black Lives Matter, right? But also, I think the way in which this is deployed is generally problematic, right? For my evangelical friends who are, and I'm a former evangelical myself. I was born and raised in the Assemblies of God, which is predominantly white denomination. And I was talking with a friend of mine a little while ago, and I said, we do a lot of mission work, right? Our church, right? So we send missionaries all over the world, for good or for ill, right? It's another conversation. But those missionaries come back into the church, and they talk about their time in Guatemala or Nigeria or Italy, and in effect, they are saying to us, Guatemalan lives matter, right? Nigerian lives matter. Argentinian lives matter. Peruvian lives, German lives, Japanese lives, Pakistani lives, right? These lives all matter. These people are all children of God, and we should do everything we can in our power to help, to help them flourish where they live and where they are. And in that moment, in that church, all of these people, the vast majority of whom are conservatives, right, will wipe away tears and will chant, yes, yes, to God be the glory. Guatemalan lives matter. And at no point in time is anyone going to stand up in that church service and say, what about all of the other lives? Right? Yes, you're a missionary to Guatemala and you've told us that Guatemalan lives matter, but hey, all lives matter, right? That hasn't happened in my church yet. And I don't think it will happen. And the reason I don't think it'll happen is because in that context, people understand that that person is not coming in and saying that these people from this neck of the world are completely and totally disconnected and different and unique from other people, right? My job is to focus on these people and the needs that they have and the challenges that they face and to give voice to those needs and challenges. And in that context, people say, I hear you and I understand, based on the fact that we can show you all of these instances where, where Black folk have been made not to matter, right? Particularly in the eyes of the law. What is it about this moment? What is it about this phrase that is so dispiriting and troubling and discomforting? For my conservative friends who are very intensely, who are thinking about the unborn a lot and about how the unborn matter, right? Okay, the unborn matter. I got that. I get you. You're not suggesting that the born don't matter, right? But you are under the impression, right, that based on your experience, based on your understanding of the gospel, of the law, of the society in which we live, you need to make an articulation, a very particular articulation about the unborn. Okay, gotcha. But then back to this. But then back to Black Lives Matter. And then all of a sudden, right, the rules of engagement that you understand in the missionary context, right, you get it there. The rules of engagement in your pro-life arguments, you get it there. But all of a sudden, you don't get it when Black people say Black Lives Matter. In this context, it's problematic, right? What is this tension really actually truly about?
I would say we've been trying All Lives Matter, and somehow Black lives keep falling out of that.
Right.
It's Black folks that get shot in the back by police officers as they run away. It's Hispanic folks that are in cages down on the border. If All Lives Matter was working, we wouldn't have those kinds of discrepancies in treatment.
James Baldwin's got this great quote. He says, I don't trust what you say because I see what you do. I don't know. There's some context clues here, which might lead me to believe that you don't actually believe all lives matter.